right, guys, so I'm going to show you guys two different ways, or the two main ways that I make my icon stickers. And I'm also going to show you guys, if you don't have the business edition of Silhouette Studio, how you can, I'm going to show you guys a little hack for this, because I have business edition, I can save the icons as SVGs, which allows me to edit them within this program. I can change the color and everything like that. But if you do a PNG, you can't edit it. But I'm going to show you guys how you can still use a PNG and make it work. I did this forever until I finally broke down and bought the business edition of Silhouette Studio. It's not something that I would recommend getting unless you have multiple machines or your business is really growing. I do love the business edition, but it's pricey, and like I said, it's not something that's necessary if you only have one machine. But anyway, so I get all of my icons from flaticon.com. I have this one pulled up just kind of show you an example. I'm not actually going to be downloading anything today because I already have my icons saved. But this is where I would get them. And like I said, if you don't have the business edition, you would need to download it as a PNG. And I would normally do the highest pixel that you can. And then if you have business edition, I would do the SVG because you can edit within the program. So, but that's where I get it, flaticon.com. They have so many icons. I have the monthly subscription. It's really, really great. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to open... Where's my open here? I'm going to open a kit just to steal the icons from it for the sake of this video to show you guys how I do this. It's really, really easy. And yeah, so we'll just take this coffee cup. Okay, so I'm actually going to make this a little bit bigger so you guys can see, and we're also going to do that. So basically, you'll put your SVG file in your business edition, and this is what I mean by you can edit within the program, because I can go over here and I can just change the color just like that. And that's because that's an SVG instead of a PNG. But if it were a PNG, what you would do is you'd want to download it as black. So when you're downloading it from Flaticon, download it where it's black, because what you're going to do if it's a PNG file or you don't have business edition is you're going to trace it. So it's going to come up like that, and you're going to trace everything. So this little trace button, not just the outer edge, but you're going to actually trace everything. And what that's going to do is it's going to give you this. So now you're going to come over here to modify, and you're going to release. And what that does is that makes these separate instead of all one, what am I trying to say? One sticker, one image. There we go. I was I don't even know what I'm trying to say. It separates them. So then I can click on this big image right here, and I can make it that, and then I can make these smaller, oops, if I can grab it, smaller ones white. Okay. And what you want to make sure is that you get rid of the line colors. So you don't want to have that red line. But you also want to make sure you fill these images too, so you can actually see them. Oh my goodness, I'm having trouble grabbing onto the smaller. Okay, there we go. Sorry guys, I am struggling. There we go. And then, I did not mean to click up like that. There we go. And then get rid of all of the red outlines. So that's how you would do it, and then you would just be able to then change the color. It's kind of a pain, so it might be worth it for you to invest in business edition just so you didn't have to do this every time you had a new icon. But once you have the files that you want, or the icons that you want ready to go, it wouldn't be a big issue. But like I said, I just really like having the SVG, so I don't have to do that anymore. I like having business edition so I can use the SVG file. So anyway, so you do that. I'm going to delete this one because we don't need it anymore. I just showed you guys how to do that. So if you want an icon like I have in this kit where it's actually the shape of the icon, the sticker will be the shape of the icon and not a circle, it's super easy. All you have to do is click on the image that you want. You're going to go over here to the offset. you're going to do just a regular offset, and then you will do like however far you want it. So we'll say like that. And as you can see, there's lines inside. I'm going to show you guys how to get rid of those. You also want to make sure that your line it has like no thickness, because otherwise it is going to print that way, and you don't want the red to print. You want it to just not have any thickness, just so the machine knows to cut it, but it doesn't like print off that way. So then what you're going to do is you're going to go back over here to modify it, and you're going to hit release. And what that does is make these little, spots in here. You can make them go away, so your machine won't cut that. And then I group it together, size it the way that you want, and there you go. Like, that is how you make that kind of icon. It's pretty easy, I feel like, to do that. So if you wanted to make a circle icon, you would make just a circle. And what I would do is I would go ahead and fill it with a color. So let's just use this green color, for instance. And I'm going to get rid of this red line on the outside, because I'm going to go over here to offset, do an internal offset. And that way, when your machine cuts, there's going to be a little bit of like bleed over. So that way, if your machine cuts slightly off, it's not going to grab the white. There's still going to be a little bit of green. So you're not really going to notice that it cut off as much as if you just had your line like on the outside of the circle, where if it cuts off, you're going to see a little bit of white. Hopefully that makes sense. And I'm explaining that well, but that's why I do like the internal offsets on all of my stickers, because the machines are really finicky. And if I didn't do that, I would probably have to oops like most stickers that I cut. But this way allows me to not have to do that, but the stickers are still cut right. Like, there's nothing wrong with them, but I don't know that I could sell a sticker if it had just even like the slightest bit of white and looked like it had been cut off. So this just makes it look a lot better, and I prefer doing it this way. Obviously with this one, there is some white around, so that's okay. But like if I were doing it this way, I would have a little bit of bleed over. All right, I'm going to separate this from the cut line, and I'm going to make this image white since it's going on top of that, and you need to bring it to the front to do that, but I would just do it like that, and there you have like a circle icon. And I know some people have like some cool stitching around here, so if you wanted to do that, you would just click the red line, you would do another internal offset, you would kind of drag it out here a little bit, and then you would go back to line style, and you're going to make this a little bit thicker. You'd make it, whatever color you want. So let's say white. And if you wanted it to stitch or do anything like that, you'd click on style, and you could, mess around with it, figure out which one you like. But yeah, I personally don't like doing these circle icons because I feel like sometimes the machine just screws them up a little bit. So then it's like completely off center. Whereas I feel like my machines at least have an easier time with these where it's like the actual shape of the icon, if that makes sense. But yeah, so that is how I do those two types of icons. If I wanted to do something that had like words with it like this, I would, actually, you know what? I'm gonna do it this way. I would do this. I would take that away from that. I'd make it maybe a little bit bigger, and then whatever color you want. And then I would just go over here, and you could type out, we'll just type out coffee. And what I normally do is I like the inside of the font to be white, but then have an outline. So in order to do that, you're going to make the inside just white. You're going to go here to line color. Let's make it maybe a lighter shade of purple. And then I also want to make sure that I have this clicked because this brings the white color in front of the outline. So see how I do this, the white fades away, but if it's clicked on this, the white doesn't. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. But anyway, so I would do that. I would obviously size it way down, and you're going to notice as you size it down, you're going to need to change the thickness of the line behind it. And then I would also choose a font that I like. So, I mean, really that part's up to you guys as far as what fonts you want. We'll do this one. And then again, you just kind of play around with it and size it the way you want it, make it look the way you want it. I'm going to do that because I think that's kind of cool looking. So then what I would do is I would just take my tracing tool. I would trace that, make sure that it's going to pick up everything. So kind of like that. Then I would just say trace outer edge. And then from there, I would click the red line. I would do the offset like that and then bring it in. We'll do it 30. Do that and then get rid of that line because you don't want your machine to cut that. But then that would be how you would get like that type of sticker. So really, I think that pretty much sums up this video. I kind of answered the script question also because basically you would do the same thing. So you would have, I'm going to actually copy this. So we'll just like do everything in this video. So you would just click your script. You would go over here to your offset, or you could trace it. You can also just, if it's just a word, you can just do offset. And I'm going to bring this down to about 30. As you can see, the line's really thick, so you're going to want to go over here to your line style, take away that thickness. You're also going to want to make that line red. And again, you're going to see some of this in the middle here. So you're going to click on that red line. You're going to go over here to modify, release. Oops, I didn't click the right line. That happens if you don't have the line clicked. It just releases like the actual letters. All right, so, and then get rid of these little things, and then there you go. You have a script sticker also. So I kind of answered like all of that in one video, which is really great. Hopefully this makes sense to you guys and it wasn't too complicated to understand, but that is how I make icons and then like functional, like scripty icons and script stickers. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and you learned something new from it. Please give it a thumbs up if you did. Make sure to leave in the comments things that you want to see me design next, because I want to do more design videos, but I'm kind of stuck at like what you guys want to see. So make sure you leave in the comments the things that you guys want to see. And yeah, that is pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.
1, 2, 3. I've been feeling so small. Watch the clock ticking off the wall. But tonight I